Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio begins now.
Welcome into Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. The THESA Riders and the Fort Worth Christian Cardinals. Happy to be with you tonight. Already through a half inning of action this evening. No score. Andrew Ridgel on the bump for Fort Worth Christian. This game getting moved up from the previous scheduled time of 7 o'clock. But we come to air to you about 6:38 tonight here from Keck Court and Field in North Richland Hills. My name's Will Connerly. Cardinals getting ready to bat in the bottom of the first. Maybe wondering if you're tuning in late. No, it was a call earlier that with the impending weather coming later tonight, the two teams wanted to start this game as quick as possible. And so around 6:30 is when this game got underway. And we're just through a half inning as the Riders and Cardinals are looking to beat the storm that's heading our direction around 8 o'clock tonight. So we will look to try to beat Mother Nature, and that's one thing that both these clubs looked to do as well, at least try to sneak a baseball game in before it hits. And so that is why we're a half inning in. Andrew Ridgel again the starter for the Cardinals, and it'll be a familiar lineup if you've been following this Fort Worth Christian team here in the home half of the first inning, as it'll be Griffin Carney, Grady Emerson, and Braylon James. Been the staple of this top of the order for the entire season for head coach Rusty Greer, and we'll see if the Cardinals can continue to play well. They've certainly done so in district play, but stepping outside league play tonight on a Monday evening, the two teams scheduled to play last week, and then it was a matchup against HSAA instead for Fort Worth Christian. Picked up that victory before beating Fort Worth All Saints twice last week. In fact, it's been 6 straight district wins via run rule for the Cardinals. Really playing well, sitting atop the district right now is Fort Worth Christian, and it's Braylon James who will be due up in the hole. Grady Emerson on deck, but we start with Griffin Carney. Been aboard in 27 consecutive games, working on such a fantastic streak. The Cardinals leadoff man watches the first down and out. Cardinals senior second baseman. It's an even 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Look.
Carney up the middle. That'll be a single. And a leadoff base runner gets aboard. So a Griffin Carney single up the middle.
The shortstop, number 2, Grady Emerson.
And Carney getting on. So here's the shortstop, Grady Emerson, with Carney at first. First pitch swinging, fouls it away. An 0-1 count.
Go Jeep.
With the speedy Carney at first. Carney's off, and he'll take second. With plenty of time, sliding in. Another stolen base for Griffin Carney. Leads the team in that department. He takes his team leading 28th bag of the year, moving into scoring position. For Emerson, batting average up to .547 now. as he's on a 16-game hit streak. In fact, each of the last 8 games for him have been multi-hit games, and he's been aboard in every game this season, a 31-game on-base streak for the senior shortstop, and now hitting with a runner in scoring position. Sails to the backstop. Carney going to third. He dives in safely. And the throw caroms away, but it'll be Carney who stays put at third base. And so a chance for Grady to get a run driven in, hitting with 3 balls and a strike the count. And a quick conversation. Emerson mentioned the fantastic batting average, well above 500, around 540. He's hitting 640 this season with runners in scoring position. And he's got that now with a runner at third in Griffin Carney. And a friendly 3-ball, 1-strike count. The Riders and Cardinals here in the bottom of the first inning. And Grady takes a walk. Took a pair of walks in the Cardinals' 15-1 victory on Friday. Cardinals back to it this week with a handful of games. They've got a game tonight, a game tomorrow night, a game Thursday as well. No midweek next week, but plenty of non-district action before the Cardinals will wrap up league play next week. Runners on the corners now for Braylon James. And he takes for a strike. And first and third, it's Emerson sliding into second. He's cut down. And so that's the first out of the inning. After Emerson draws a walk, looking to run with runners on the corners, and he's set down. For the Riders, it's Juan Moreno getting the nod on the bump. Ball and a strike, the count here to Braylon James. And James goes the other way. That'll drive in Griffin Carney. He'll dig for second. And an RBI double puts the Cardinals on the board. Braylon James comes through.
Go, Barry.
Had a 2-hit night on Friday and continues to produce with the bat, using the opposite field here as we get another look. Braylon James sprays it the other way.
The right fielder,
Gets the pitch on the outer half, takes it where it came from. Going with the pitch up the left field line for a 2-bagger for the senior center fielder. So Carney singles, comes home to score on the James double. It's a 1-0 Cardinals lead as Jackson Castleberry steps up. James at second.
Leave.
And Castleberry watching up and in.
Let's go once.
1-0 Cardinals lead with a runner at second. And Braylon James, Castleberry at the plate. Ground ball to short. And it's booted, allowing James to get to third. Everybody's safe. Now runners on the corners with 1 gone.
The third baseman, number 7, Jake Parkerson.
Here's Jake Parkerson. A check at first. Is Castleberry able to reach? Fort Worth Christian striking first. Looking for their 26th victory of the season tonight. 25-5-1 record for the Cardinals. Castleberry at first, James at third, Parkerson at the plate. Jake Parkerson, a .412 hitter on the year, an OBP of 500, and a first and third check for the right-hander Moreno. But no throw, runner stay put. As Parkerson waits for the first offering. And a balk is called. It's a 2-0 Cardinals lead. As each runner will advance a base, James comes home to score. Moreno saw some concern for the runners on the corners, but they are balks. And that runner at third, and James comes home. Castleberry moves up to second. As the Cardinals extend their lead to 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Parkerson watches for a called strike. Swing and a miss. Popped up right side. And that falls in foul territory. New life. Or there's still life for Jake Parkerson at the plate. Parkerson, he's been aboard in 8 consecutive games. Runner is off, launches outside. Castleberry, successful slide into third. In fact, Parkerson, we mentioned 8 straight aboard. As you get a look at Castleberry, just moving with the pitch. It was a good one to run on. As he moves up to third, Parkerson, OPS north of 1,000 as well. Goes chasing there for strike 3. Hunter Garcia behind the plate makes the throw off to first.
Hitter, number 20, Blaine McDonald.
Blaine McDonald now to the plate. 2 down, 1 on. A 2-0 Cardinals lead. McDonald chops it foul. Head coach Rusty Greer able to grab it. Relatively easy play for the former major leaguer. Soft tapper pulled foul by McDonald. 0-1 count. That's bounced. Oh, check that. A 2-ball. 1 strike count now to McDonald.
When?
3 balls and a strike here to McDonald. Last action he had was that aforementioned midweek game that was supposed to be against the Riders, but was against HSAA April 7th. Last time he had the bat in his hands, went 1 for 3 in that game. And takes for a strike. He also pitched an inning in that game. Last time we've seen him toe the rubber, been a pretty effective reliever. And the full count. McDonald walks. Second walk issued this inning. Continues the line down to the left fielder, Jackson Purdue.
The left fielder, number 25, Jackson Purdue.
So the senior hitting with runners on the corners. Had the chance to talk with Jackson last Thursday night after he hit a walk-off home run against All Saints. His first home run of the season, although just his 7th game. This now after playing his 8th and now 9th tonight of the season. After starting the year injured, back to action, but pops up to short to end this first. And we'll talk more about Purdue as the game progresses, but the Cardinals do put 2 on the board. They lead 2-0 after an inning. You're watching Cardinal Baseball live on Tradio.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered, college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of this spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
Leading off for THESA, the pitcher number 47, Moreno.
Back to action, top of the second. Cardinal Baseball live here on Tradio. Juan Moreno leads things off as we start the second. Andrew Ridgel gets it fouled back. Moreno, Jimmy Graham, and Alec Garnell. The 3-2 up for the Riders as we begin the top of the second. Andrew Ridgel, you didn't see it on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio, but he had an effective first inning. Retired the side in order, picked up a couple of punch outs as we arrived at the yard today, then informed, well, the ball game going to start a half hour early. So the scheduled start of 7 becomes 6:30, trying to beat the weather that is expected to come in later on tonight and try to get the ball game in beforehand. It's 2 balls and a strike. The right-hander Ridgel. It's a ground ball. Parkerson handles it with success on to first to Andujar. And there is
The third baseman,
one
number
out.
52, Duran.
bring out the third baseman, Jimmy Graham. So you got Purdue in left, James in center, Castleberry in right, Parkerson and Emerson on the left side of the infield. Here's Emerson charging on one. And a couple of ground balls to that left side for the first 2 outs here in the inning. It's Carney at second. A little change at first, though. Antonio
fielder,
Andu.
21, Arnell.
But an expected change when the man who usually occupies that bag moves up to the bump at Andrew Ridgel. And so Ridgel, who's been the first baseman as of late for the Cardinals, starting tonight. Andujar starting at first base. We saw him get a lot of starts early on in the season, but then as of late, it's been tough to take Andrew Ridgel out of the lineup, who was in left. But then when Jackson Purdue got healthy, put Purdue in left, Ridgel to first. And again, Ridgel's been phenomenal with the bat in his hand. On a really nice hit streak. But not hitting tonight for Fort Worth Christian. McDonald hitting 4, and that eats up. The shortstop allows Arnell to get aboard. And extends things here in the top of the second.
The center fielder, number 24, Hilliard.
Hilliard, the center fielder, now to the plate. It was an 11-1 victory for the Cardinals the last time these two teams met on March 10th. So about a month, a little over a month later, these two teams meeting up once again. Swing and a miss by Hilliard. But an 11-1 final score. That game was here at Keck Field. It was a big day for Braylon James. He had 6 RBIs in that matchup. That's hit hard at Emerson. Flips to Carney. And the side is retired. So they work around a 2-out base runner. And Grady Emerson, see him make the play. He made the play to end the inning as well. We go to the bottom of the second.
Hi, my name is Kendall Bryant. I'm in 8th grade, and this is my 3rd year at Fort Worth Christian. My favorite thing about Fort Worth Christian is how everyone feels like a family, and it's a very close-knit community.
Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
My name is Brooks Hill, and I've been at Fort Worth Christian for 3 years now. My favorite thing is probably getting the opportunity to represent Christ in everything that we do here, whether that's band or athletics or just in the classroom.
Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Hi, my name is Madeline Moda. I'm in 9th grade, and this is my 4th year at Fort Worth Christian. I enjoy so much about FWC, especially the community. You can tell the teachers truly care, and I love how Christ is incorporated into every classroom. I love that at FWC, you can be included in so many aspects of the school and so many new opportunities.
Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Leading off for the Cardinals, the first baseman, number 33, Antonio Andujar.
Antonio Andujar leading things off. We start the bottom of the second inning. Trey Belton, Polster, Will Connerly, Tanner, all with us on the crew tonight. Juan Moreno leading things off to begin this second inning of work for the right-hander working against Antonio Andujar. We were talking about last inning. He's now at first with Ridgel moving to the mound. He's already tossed a couple scoreless innings. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Andujar through the left side, a leadoff single to begin the bottom of the second.
The catcher, 0, Harry Olson.
Right through the 5-6 hole. It brings Harry Olson to the plate. Andujar getting the knock. Also, we haven't seen him a ton this season, just 6 at-bats and 8 total plate appearances. For the senior backstop, the position typically occupied by Hank Austin. But also has himself a knock. His first hit of the season. And it puts runners on first and second. Back-to-back singles for the Cardinals out of the 8 and 9 spot in the order.
The second baseman,
and the Cardinals catcher
Griffin
tonight
Party.
will have a courtesy for him. Nice base knock for Harry Olson, his first of the year.
Running the first, 4-4 with Christian, number 24, Jacob Ward.
So a 2-0 score. Griffin Carney getting ready to bat in a visit to the bump with runners on first and second. Back to Carney. Singled and scored in the first. Now bats for the second time in as many innings.
Lead.
He now on a 28-game on-base streak after his single in the first. So your leadoff man's been aboard in 20. Carney reaches 4-1 to short. Case Wisdom flips off to second. They get a force out, puts runners on the corner.
The shortstop, number 2, Grady Emerson.
Here's Grady Emerson. Worked a walk last time up, then was caught, picked off on a first and third. With the runners moving, Emerson was at first, but caught trying to take second. Emerson pulls it down the right field line. That'll score. And Newhart. Grady digging for second. And the red light put up for Griffin Carney at third. But two now in scoring position as Grady helps the Cardinals extend their lead. A 3-0 Cardinal advantage.
The center fielder, number 17, Braylon James.
That'll bring Braylon James. And another balk allows another run to come across. A 4-0 advantage now for the Cardinals. Second run that has been balked home here. We're talking about Braylon James. About a month ago, had a 6 RBI effort against the Riders. Facing him again tonight, and he's off to a good start. Doubled his first time up down the left field line. Which also drove in a run. And again, he had 6 RBIs when he faced the THESA Riders. On the 10th of March, an 11-1 victory. One of the biggest days of the season for Braylon. So Emerson's double, followed by a balk, puts him to third and allows another run to come across. James with the 2-0 count. It must have been 3-0, and he walks, so Braylon James takes the bag.
Let's go ones.
Runners on first
The right
and
fielder,
third.
number 11, Jackson Castleberry.
So Moreno issues the walk, the third of the outing for him. And it brings Jackson Castleberry. He got aboard on an error. Ground ball he hit to short last time up. James off and running. Garcia has to go get it in the left-handed hitting batter's box.
Let's go, Barrett.
And it easily allows James to take the extra 90 feet and put 2 in scoring position for Castleberry. Castleberry rips it through the left side. Grady will come home. It advances Braylon James to third, an RBI single for Jackson Castleberry. He's now hit safely in 4 of the last 5
The third
games.
baseman, number 7, Jake Parkerson.
And that brings Jake Parkerson up to the plate. Parkerson struck out swinging his first time up. And a check at first. Ball game. The Cardinals enjoying
tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you, I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you have.
McDonald.
So Goodman, the new arm into the game. A 5-0 score. McDonald hitting with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss. So McDonald with a chance to help the Cardinals add on. A ball and a strike is the count.
Let's go, Blaine.
Parkerson at first after the walk, the final hitter that Moreno faced. And McDonald at the plate.
Blaine.
McDonald draws a walk. So the new arm into the game in Goodman, but a walk. Back-to-back walks drawn by the Cardinals despite different arms in the game. And a 6-0 Fort Worth Christian lead.
Purdue.
Go Purdue.
So 7 Cardinals came to the plate in the first inning. They scored 2. Jackson Purdue, the 9th Cardinal to come up to the plate here in the bottom of the second. They've already scored 4. He takes the first for a strike. And Purdue low and out. Mentioning last time Purdue was up, had the chance to chat with him last week, and really starting to feel good at a couple of extra base hits, just getting in the rhythm. And he's played under 10 games this year, out the first part of the season because of injury.
Live.
But a guy who was able to play a lot for Rusty Greer's team a year ago, now healthy, been playing, and starting to see him square it up. But in fact, he's been aboard in every game that he's played, whether it's hit by pitch or walk. And add another hit to the resume for Jackson Purdue. Castleberry and Parkerson will be waved home, and Jackson Purdue comes up with a 2 RBI double to extend the Cardinals' lead. Now 6 runs in the inning, and they lead 8-0. So Jackson Purdue.
The first baseman, number 33, Antonio Andahar.
Extends his streak. We get another look at the replay here. Shout out Tim Polster. It's pulled right down the left field line. And he was a couple of feet in the safe territory. So make it 10 straight games to begin Jackson Purdue's season. This is the 10th game he's played in, and he's been aboard in every game. And now an extra base hit in 3 of his last 4. Had a double in the midweek last week, then a home run to walk things off on Thursday. Was able to get aboard Friday in a big win against All Saints. And Antonio Andujar pops to center. Not deep enough for a tag.
Harry.
As Hilliard comes in to make the grab.
The catcher, number 0, Harry Alsop.
Harry Alsop, first hit of the season earlier this inning, as the Cardinals' 9th hitter in the order comes up to the plate for the second time this inning. The inning started with Antonio Andujar. Alsop deep in the hole at short. It's on to first, but it won't be in time. Harry Alsop legs out an infield single. McDonald comes across to score, and how about that? The senior catcher is 2 for 2.
The second baseman, number 27, Griffin Carney.
So Ward will come in and run. Griffin Carney, third time that he's been up to the plate tonight here in the bottom of the second inning. Second time this inning, third time overall. He's 1 for 2. Began the bottom of the first with a single, came across to score. Mentioned it was a 10-run victory for the Cardinals against the Riders a little over a month ago. These two teams squaring off again tonight. Game started about an hour ago. We had an earlier 6:30 start because of the rain that may come through. That's to third. Scoop at first is made. Holden Taylor making a nice play to retire the side, but not before the Cardinals hang 7 on the board. They lead 9-0 after 2 here from Keck Field. Back to action. Grady Emerson fields the ground ball. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Cruz is retired.
The second baseman, number 13, Goodman.
Ooh, good pitch.
Ridgel delivers a pitch. It's Goodman at the plate. And the misses outside. Eli Goodman draws a walk.
The first baseman, number 9, Taylor.
Brings us back to the top of the order. Here's Holden Taylor, grounded out to short his first time up, but Eli Goodman draws a walk. Taylor jumps on the first one. That rolls all the way to the base of the wall. Jackson Purdue gets it in, but Holden Taylor gives the Riders fans something to be excited about here in the top of the 3rd inning.
The shortstop, number 5, Wisdom.
Really good piece of hitting there from Holden Taylor. Jumps on it, rolls all the way to the base of the wall. As we get another look, just a block by Harry Alsuabad, his first 2 hits of the season, coming last half inning. Limited action for the senior catcher so far this year. Infield single and a single through the left side. A good block there to perhaps save a run here in a 9-0 ball game. It's Case Wisdom at the plate, and he watches down and out. Wisdom, a ground ball to Kearney. It allows a run to come across and score, so RBI ground ball for Case Wisdom. And so the walk drawn by Goodman allows a run to come across. Here is Hunter Garcia. that's fouled away. Ground ball to Emerson. The shortstop has it on to first. Andujar makes the stretch. The Riders score one. Eli Goodman walks. He's driven in on a ground ball by Wisdom. Taylor had the big hit. And it's a 9-1 score as we go to the home half of the third inning. You're watching Cardinal Baseball live on Tradio. We welcome you back to Cardinal Baseball live on Tradio. Some impressive streaks going on right now for the Cardinals. Here's a look. Andrew Ridgel, won't see him extend this streak tonight, but it won't die because he's on the mound not hitting. 11-game hit streak for him. Grady Emerson, he's already extended his hit streak to 17 games. A 17-game hit streak now for Grady. He's reached twice tonight. He doubled in that second inning. And Griffin Carney, he's extended his hits or on base streak rather to 28 games. So both of the streaks extending tonight. And that sets us up to talk about Grady Emerson because he's about to lead things off here in the home half of the third inning. So you just saw he's extended his hit streak to now 17 games. But also another impressive hit streak for him. He has a multi-hit game in 8 straight, already with 1 tonight. So another base hit for Grady Emerson would be 9 straight games with 2 or more hits. We'll see if he can do it now. And within this 16-game hit streak, now 17 with a hit tonight. Plenty of home runs. 1 for 1 with a double today. A walk and an RBI for the senior shortstop. Leads the team with 8 home runs. Also now has 11 doubles on the year after doubling in the second. Also has 4 triples. So 23 extra base hits for Grady Emerson. Had a home run last week. Got 7 home runs over his last 13 games. He watches for a strike. And it's a full count here to Emerson.
Oh, UG, come on.
2, 3, and 4 due up for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the third, leading by 8. Ground ball right to second, and it's on to first in time.
The center fielder, number 17, Braylon James.
Brings Braylon James to the plate. The right-hander Nathan Goodman, he's out on the mound right now. One full inning now under his belt. He's recorded 3 outs out of the pen. Got the final 2 outs in the second after Moreno went an inning and a third. Juan Moreno allowed 6 hits. 4 walks, 1 strikeout, 8 runs, 7 of those earned runs. Now working here to Braylon James. Braylon watches right on the outer half. Now he pops one. Out to left, and Jimmy Graham was ranging for it, but it falls. Graham, he started the game at third, now playing short.
The right fielder, number 11, Jackson Castleberry.
And then it put Eli Goodman, who started the game at second. He's now at third, and they moved Case Wisdom, who was at short, now to second. Holden Taylor remains at first. It's outside. James diving into second, and he's out. So James was able to get aboard on that blooper to left, but caught trying to take second base for the second out. That's popped up. Graham's under it, and he squeezes for the third out. So the Cardinals held off the scoreboard in the bottom of the third after 2 in the first, 7 in the second. No runs in the bottom of the third for the Cardinals. They take an 8-run lead as we go to the fourth. Welcome you back to Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. 4, 5, and 6 duel. 3 innings under his belt. 38 pitches is all he has needed to get those 9 outs as he starts his 4th inning. And that's right to Carney. He's got it for the first down.
The third baseman of 52, Graham.
So one gone here in the top of the fourth inning. And Jimmy Graham comes up to the plate, 0 for 1 tonight. Grounded out to short. In the second out of the second inning. Fouls one back. So a fourth inning of work now for Andrew Ridgel. Gets another pop-up in foul territory, gets out of play. Braylon James has to go well back on it. Jimmy Graham gave it a ride, but the center fielder is able to track it down. 2 outs.
The left fielder, number 21, Arnell.
That'll bring Alec Arnell to the plate. Swings it from the left side. Slightly open stance toward the back of the batter's box. And he swings at the first from Ridgel. So Ridgel has got a 1-2 count here on Alec Arnell. Looking to work through 4 innings. Just 1 run surrendered by the right-hander so far. For Ridgel, 4 innings would match his longest outing of the year. That scoots away from Harry Olsen. Ridgel, primarily when he's been on the mound, he's been so good with the bat in his hands. Primarily been the 6th hitter in the Cardinals' order when he's not pitching. But this tonight, his 5th start of the season, 6th overall appearance. And he gets a swing and a miss. So Andrew Ridgel, 4 innings of 1-run ball. He matches his longest outing of the season, and the Cardinals lead 9-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th here from Keck Field. Jake Parkerson leads things off as we start the bottom of the 4th inning. 4 innings of action so far for Andrew Ridgel, an 8-run cushion for the right-hander. On the mound for the Cardinals, but now they're back to work with the bats. 2 runs in the first, now 7 in the second. No runs in the third. But they start off this 4th with a single from Jake Parkerson. Really nice piece of hitting from the Cardinals third base.
Number 20, Blaine McDonald.
That brings Blaine McDonald to the plate. As Parkerson is now 1 for 2. He's hit safely in 6 of the last 7 games. Cardinals batted around in a 7-run bottom of the 2nd. To really make things difficult for the Riders, they go to the pen once again. It started with Juan Moreno going an inning and a third. Nathan Goodman goes an inning and 2/3, and another call to the bullpen. Looks like they're bringing Alec Arnell in. And so the right-hander called upon. Got Arnell into the ball game. He was previously occupying left. You still got Matthew Hilliard in the ball game out in center. And Nick Cruz out in right. The infield of Eli Goodman, Jimmy Graham, Case Wisdom, Holden Taylor. And now Nathan Goodman done on the mound, and Alec Arnell comes in the ballgame. He'll face Blaine McDonald. McDonald was the first to see the new arm. And Nathan Goodman, who works just 1 turn through the Cardinal order and does a fine job at it. Goes an inning and a third, does allow 4 hits in 1 run. Stop the bleeding, so to speak, with the Cardinals' massive 2nd inning when they knocked the starter Juan Moreno out of the ballgame. But a 10-hit night once again for Fort Worth Christian already here. And the Cardinals, they'll be back in action if you're enjoying Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, right here at Keck Field. Take on the Storm, THESA, and then they'll got Oak Ridge, the Owls, coming to town on Thursday. The game tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday night, all on Tradio, all here at home, as this is a part of a 4-game home stand, so to speak, for the Cardinals. 4 consecutive home games. Blaine McDonald ripped through the right side. Nice piece of hitting from the Cardinals DH, and he'll try to take the extra bag, caught in between. May allow Parkerson to come home if he gets in the rundown long enough. McDonald slides back to first, though, and gets out of the pickle, and it'll put runners on the corners. So McDonald, who has walked twice tonight, now comes up with his first hit of the evening. And it brings Jackson Purdue to the plate. Purdue 1 for 2 this evening with a double 2 RBIs, the only Cardinal with a multi-RBI game so far, and he'll look to build upon that, as he's got runners on the corners and nobody out. Jackson Purdue, pop up right side, and in to make the grab out in right field. For the first down, Nick Cruz making that grab. And so there's one gone now for Antonio Andujar. Got Parkerson at third, McDonald at first. Back-to-back singles to begin the inning, followed by a flyout by Purdue.
Number 33, Antonio Andujar.
Antonio Andujar. 1 for 2 tonight for Andujar. Alec Garnell called on out of the bullpen, trying to get out of this jam with a couple of board. 2 on board for the Cardinals right now, first and third. The 2 Cardinals who led off this inning with singles. Cardinals up to 11 hits tonight. The offense really, as of late, has been phenomenal for the Cardinals. In the midst of a 7-game win streak, they've scored 10 or more runs in 6 of the last 7 games in that 7-game win streak span, with results of 15, 19, 16, 11, and 15. Along with a 10-run effort. What's been most impressive really is what they've done against competition in district play. And who are under it to center. Deep enough to tag, and well, Parkerson goes for a moment, but pumps the brakes. The Cardinals have won 6 straight in district play via the receiver.
Harry Alsop.
They run-ruled Coram Deo twice, 15-3, 19-3. Did the same thing in Lubbock with a 10-0 and 16-4 victory. And then last week against All Saints, 11-1, then 15-1. So the Cardinals, over their last 6 district games, all run rule efforts and a pretty wide margin that they have won by in that stretch. It was 26-2, a combined score last week in the 2 games against All Saints. But how about 86-14? That's what the Cardinals have outscored their opponents over the last 6 district games. Again, a little span of non-district action for the Cardinals this week with non-league games tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday. But that's a point of reference, at least as we look within the league standings progressing toward the postseason, and the Cardinals certainly in the mix for a district title, as they're currently in first place with just a couple district games remaining, only 2, and those will be next week against Grapevine Faith. Ground ball, Alsop can't leg it out. It's dug out at first by Holden Taylor. So after back-to-back singles to lead off the inning, the Cardinals still held down, and back-to-back zeros put up on the scoreboard by the Riders. When they've been in the field, they've got work to do with the bats, though, as we continue. 9-1 score, Cardinals lead.
Thin of blood. legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary, living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. You will remember our names. You will remember our names.
Back to action here at Keck Horton Field. New arm into the game for the Cardinals, Jack Reese. And the first one he fires out of the bullpen after 4 innings of 1-run ball for Andrew Ridgel, matching a season high in innings pitched for the starter tonight. But it's off to Jack Reese. And his first 2 misfire upstairs. Matthew Hilliard, Nick Cruz, Eli Goodman, 7, 8, and 9 due up in the order for the Riders here in the 5th inning. Just the 4th appearance of the season for Reese. Last time out was on February 27th, as that's in for a strike. So it's been well over a month, about a month and a half, the last time that we saw Jack Reese here in a ball game. He went 2 innings. There is a swing and a miss from Hilliard. But yes, Reese, 4th overall appearance for him, and his last time pitching was February 27th. He went 2 innings, allowed 4 earned runs. Elevates the fastball there. All in all this year, 8 earned in 3 2/3. He allowed 4 runs in a third of an inning against Denison as well. But just limited action. Haven't seen him in about a month and a half. Fastball looking lively tonight for Maurice. And misfires there, though.
The right fielder, number 15, Cruz.
So Hilliard walks. Nick Cruz now at the plate. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to short his first time up. So Reese called upon to get some work on the bump. These Cardinals will have to navigate 3 different games this week, tonight, tomorrow, and again on Thursday. So 3 games in 4 days for Fort Worth Christian. All non-district games, but you do wonder how they're going to approach it with the pitching. It's been pretty clear as of late what the Cardinals have wanted to do pitching-wise in district play, with, of course, the ace Greg Smeds going game 1 and now Cale Brateris going in game 2. Tonight they go with Ridgel. And so do they go with those guys coming up tomorrow and Thursday? We see David Salas starting some games. He perhaps in the mix. We'll find out tomorrow. As we will chat with Rusty Greer before the game tomorrow. Pop up right side in foul ground. And if you are just joining us as well, this ball game started at 6:30 tonight because of rain that is expected to hit the area. I think we were told around 8 o'clock or so. Haven't got any yet, but we're prepared for it. We moved our broadcast location right before the ball game began. And this could be a double play ball. Flip to Carney, and there is 2. Jack Reese rolls up a 6-4-3, and now there's 2 gone.
Second baseman, number 13, Goodman.
Another look at the double play, just tailor-made. And there's two. Good turn up the middle by a great tandem. The 1-2 punch in the batting order, and also the two staples up the middle. Griffin Carney and Grady Emerson. Carney on the turn over to first from second. And Cardinals have been able to frequent the double play plenty of times. That's their 18th double play turned this year. And ground ball to third. Over to first, a clean inning of work for Jack Reese. We go to the bottom of the fifth, 9-1. Cardinals on top on Tradio. Carney leads us off. So a 2-0 count here to Carney. Make it 3 balls, no strikes. Top of the order up for the Cardinals here in a 9-1 ball game. Fort Worth Christian looking to improve to 26-5-1 with a win tonight. Take a strike. They're also sitting atop the league standings, but 3 straight non-district games starting tonight, then tomorrow night, and Thursday, as we've mentioned, with 3 games over the next 4 days, all at home and all here on Tradio as well. We hope you join us. Drop a comment on the YouTube stream. Let us know where you're tuned in from tonight. And be sure to let everybody know tomorrow night and Thursday night we'll be on the air as well. Griffin Carney has been on base. He extended his lengthy streak tonight to yet another game, approaching 30 straight games on board for the Cardinals leadoff hitter. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He singled in the bottom of the first, then came across to score. As the Cardinals scored 2 in the first, and then they hung 7 on the board in the second, but no runs in the third or fourth. As we start the fifth with the top of the order. And Carney draws a walk, so he's been aboard twice here in this one. A single, then a walk. It brings Grady Emerson.
The shortstop, number 2, Grady Emerson.
Alec Arnell out on the mound. Hunter Garcia, the catcher. Eli Goodman at third, Jimmy Graham at short. Case Wisdom at second. Yeah, Nathan Goodman out at left. Matthew Hilliard in center, Nick Cruz in right. Beckham at first, Carney at first as well after the walk. Grady 1 for 2 today. Fort Worth Christian with 11 hits tonight. And again, the games tomorrow and Thursday, both 7 o'clock starts, so we'll be on the air at 6:40 for Cardinal baseball pregame. Grady Emerson tattoos it off the wall and right his second extra base hit of the evening, and he's digging for third. Carney slides home safe. It's a triple for Grady Emerson. The Cardinals now lead 10-1. The 9th straight multi-hit game for Grady as he legs out his 5th triple of the season. Line drive off the wall and right. Oh man, what, a foot or two away from what would have been his 9th home run of the season. Instead, blasts it off the top of the wall and right. And the speedy shortstop will take a triple. And the Cardinals will take now a 10-1 advantage. So Braylon left and right, run ruling teams every night. What makes this team so good in your eyes?
I just feel like we all just care so much about each other, and we all want each other to be great. You know, it's not an individual team. We're all together at all times. So I think yeah.
All right. Well, you got a game tomorrow night, game Thursday. Any final thoughts for the Cardinals fans?
No, sir. Go Cards.
All right, go Cards. You heard it. Harry Alsop, our player of the game tonight. Cardinals win it 11-1, the final score. Thanks for watching tonight on Tradio. We'll be back on air tomorrow at 6:40.
We only play to win. That's on everything. We climbing to the top. Turn it up a notch. This is all house. Hey, get that W. What? Get that W.